Also, earlier today, I went and saw the new war movie, 12 Strong. The movie about the first responders after the 9/11 attacks, the people that basically started war on terror or the war in Afghanistan. Um, this is a movie like I forgot to mention this in my review for the Post. This is a movie that I got the trailer for almost all the fucking time. Now that I've been in the movie theaters a lot over the last couple months, I see the same trailers over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Man, oh man, like I probably could just go out in the lobby and shoot the shit for a little bit if I really wanted to while the previews were playing because I'd probably see them all. Every so often I'll get like a new one, but it was not that this movie looked bad. Like I said, also I got the trailer for the Post a lot. That was fucking annoying, but the movie didn't look bad. 12 Strong didn't. I thought it looked pretty good. I was like, that's an interesting story I never fucking heard of. Before I saw a trailer for this movie, the story the 12 Strong was telling, I never heard of it. I'm like, huh, that's interesting. It looked it's a bunch of army soldiers on horseback fighting tanks. That's kind of interesting. It sounds like something that would come out of a movie, but apparently it was a real thing. So I'm like, all right, that looks like an interesting movie, and it's got a great cast. It's also is being produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, which is worrisome, but I'm like, whatever. I'm not going to hold that against it. It looks like a good movie. Maybe it will be a good movie. And despite it getting middle of the road reviews, I've seen it like it's got like 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. I kind of got to disagree with the critics on this, and that this is not a bad movie at all. I don't know what the main criticism of this movie is, but honestly, it's a perfectly fine film. It's not like the best film of the year or anything, but it's like, well, it is January. I've only seen 2 movies that came out this year, The Commuter and this. I don't know which is better, but yeah, between the two. But yeah, it's not like gonna win any awards or anything, but it's a pretty solid war movie. I was invested in it. I was never really bored. There was a lot of shit going on in the movie, enough interesting shit going on in the movie that I was compelled throughout the whole fucking thing. It's Chris Hemsworth's movie. He's got the majority of the screen time. I mean, it's his movie. He's on the fucking poster. And he, spends a lot of spend most of the movie with him in it. And, he's great. God damn, there's some really good moments, even at the beginning of the movie, where he's just sitting there stewing in his office. That was really good, really well acted. Right after 9/11 happens, he wants to go back to duty. Like I knew a lot of people that were pretty much like that. There were military people that were like, they wanted to go. They were out of the fucking, out of the army and were no longer enlisted in the army, and they wanted to be re-enlisted because of what fucking happened. They wanted to go fucking kill a bunch of fucking Taliban for what they did. And yeah, like I said, he's a damn good. I love Chris Hemsworth as an actor. He's really good. You got Michael Shannon, who's always great, but he's also just like a really supporting minor role. Same with like Michael Pena. They're just there, really. They're pretty much the only character. I mean, this isn't a very character-driven movie, if I will say that. You're basically just given the most basic summary of who these people are. They got families and they're soldiers. That's about it. That's about the depth that you get with these characters. I love the fact that you got was it Rob Riggle? Rob Riggle was their commanding officer, and so was William Fichtner, a bald William Fichtner, which is pretty fucking badass. I love William Fichtner. I've said this a million times. I don't know if I've said it on this review, on these videos, but William Fichtner needs to be in more fucking movies. Goddamn, he's awesome. And he needs to be a villain in more movies, because he's good at it. Like I said, this is mostly Chris Hemsworth movie. And a lot of these guys, big name actors, are just there in the background. But it's like, that's kind of sad. But it's like, they get their own moments of the shine here and there. But like, don't expect like great in-depth characters in a movie like this. I'll just say that. The action set pieces are really fucking good. I would have been surprised. I'm really fucking surprised this wasn't directed by Michael Bay. There are a lot of explosions. Oh my god, I think Michael Bay would have had a fucking orgasm watching this. I'm surprised he even fucking didn't even produce this. It's like, there's a lot of fucking explosions. There's a lot of pretty goddamn intense moments in this fucking movie. Pretty damn intense battles. They're really well shot, really well made. Fucking, they keep the camera still. I could tell what was going on. I can't believe that's like a praise I gotta give movies anymore, but fuck it. There was a lot of like CGI blood here and there, which is kind of yeah. I mean, it's like, fucking, it's a war movie. Just fucking have, you know, it's not hard to fucking make fake blood, for fuck's sake. I did it. I was on a film shoot one time and I had to make fake blood. It's not that fucking hard. And, goddamn, I hate CGI blood so much. One thing I really thought was pretty cool was, the most compelling part of this movie, for me, at least, was, like, the relationship between Chris Hemsworth and the leader of the Taliban, or not leader of the Taliban, leader of the resistance fighters that were in Afghanistan. I forgot what they're called. They were called Northern something like that. Northern Resistance or something like that. Somebody in the comments can tell me. I forgot that. God damn it. Like I said, I saw this movie earlier, so can't remember this all off the top of my head, but they basically, Chris Hemsworth only has him and 11 other guys, so 12, basically 12 strong, there you go. And they have to work together with this group of resistance fighters that's led by this general who, is all against the Taliban and wants to fight against the Taliban. They want to help the American military fight the Taliban. And so there's like this uneasy relationship with this group because they don't know whether this is like literally explaining this happened a month after 9/11 happened. So this is still very fresh. What happened at the World Trade Center is pretty goddamn fresh. And they don't know whether they should trust these people because, man, they are in Afghanistan. They're Afghanis who could easily just turn on them and turn them over to the Taliban, and they will be fucking executed because there's like a price on the heads of any American soldier, and there's an uneasy alliance with these two groups because just like I said, they don't know whether to trust each other, particularly the Americans. And there's a lot of miscommunication in their like beliefs of what they should do as soldiers or warriors or whatever the fuck they want to call each other. It's like it's really interesting. I like the dynamic. That was probably the most interesting. That was the storyline in the movie that kept me interested. Like watching them, I wasn't sure. I didn't know going in whether they all survived or not, so I didn't know who was going to die. So I was kind of curious. So I kind of went in fresh, not knowing a lot of the backstory. So I was like, yeah, it was that's kind of helpful. I won't say what happens at the end if you don't know. It's cool that they do show at the end of the movie that they built a statue for in memory of the soldiers that fought in the first battle. It was a very, pivotal battle that at the beginning of the war in Afghanistan. According to the end of the movie, that's what they say. Like I said, this is one of those movies that part of me was like, I wonder how much of this is true, what parts are not. Obviously, obviously this movie made some shit up for purposes of making a movie. I'm interested in what those parts are. I have my own theories of what they were, but I'm not going to keep. I'm going to keep those to myself because probably I might be wrong. I do highly recommend this. I thought it was a damn good set. Also, if there's any other maybe complaints, some of the CGI was a little fucking iffy. Like, there was a CGI plane that was flying in the sky and bombs are being dropped that just looked so fucking cartoony and pretty bad. Oh god, they did not look at all real whatsoever. But yeah, I recommend this movie. It was, like I said, if you're like a big fan of war movies, you'll like this. There's a few people in the theater when I saw this. So yeah, I highly recommend the movie. Trailers. Got a new trailer for Tomb Raider. Yeah, it's like, I like the idea of Alicia Vikander as Lara Croft. I could buy it. I'm all for her having. I love Alicia Vikander. One, she's fucking gorgeous, so I'll watch anything with her. She's fucking one of the most gorgeous women in fucking Hollywood. Too bad she's not naked in this movie. I know that's sexist as shit, but whatever. But because I'd be all okay watching it, every movie she does, her be naked for the rest of her career. Whew, that woman's gorgeous. I'm a sexist pig, I know, I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, she's gorgeous as hell. That's just horrible for me to say. That was very horrible. But I like her, I love her as an actress too. Yeah, be fair, she's a great fucking actress. But yeah, I'm all for her being Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. Again, the only thing that worries me is that we have never gotten a good video game movie ever, so I don't have high hope. It doesn't look bad, but it's just like I don't have high hope. But here's to being hopefully good, and proving me wrong. And the last trailer I got was the new trailer for Death Wish. Fuck, I forgot this is something that's happening. I mean, this was supposed to come out in like October, but it got pushed back a few months or something like that. I think because of the Las Vegas shooting, which, yeah, I can understand that. But fuck, can we just like throw this at like direct to DVD so I didn't have to this doesn't have to be in the theater? Because god damn it, like anybody who knows anything about the original Death Wish knows that looks just fucking awful. Normally I'd be all for this movie if it probably wasn't named fucking Death Wish. I probably would have been like, alright, Bruce Willis is a fucking vigilante killing people. I'm alright with that. Also, it is directed by Eli Roth, which is a fucking deal breaker for me, but although this is like Bruce Willis nowadays, not like 20 years ago. So, yeah. It looks just totally wrong. It does not look like at all like the original, especially tonally, like I said. The original Death Wish is a fucking great movie. God damn it, does that piss me off. Does that piss me off. Like I said, it might have not pissed. It's one of those things, it's like, you know what? This trailer wouldn't piss me off probably if it wasn't named, like I said, called Death Wish. But it is. It's called Death Wish, so there we go. That's as far as trailers go. Now, here's the deal. Like I said about earlier this month, I am not going to do my top 10 list until the end of this month. So, as far as what I will be reviewing till the end of this month, what movies I will be reviewing, I my movie theater did get Phantom Thread, so I'll be reviewing that in the next couple days. Also, we're getting this week Hostiles and The Shape of Water finally. Yay! So I get to review that before the end of the month. Now, originally I wanted to review also The Disaster Artist, but it still has not come to my movie theater. I have a feeling because of what's been transpiring with James Franco, it will not be coming to the movie theater. But there is a theater that's a little bit of a drive that is playing The Disaster Artist. I'm contemplating maybe going to see it because I really do want to fucking see this movie. Even if what's going on with James Franco, that does not change my mind. I will still want to see this fucking movie. And like I said, I'll put aside what's going on with James Franco and still go see the movie and probably still like it. Man, like I said, I don't know what other options I have. Really can't, unless I legally download it on fucking online. That's the only other option I have, is I don't think my movie theaters are ever gonna fucking get this. So it hasn't got it to this point, so why would it now? So yeah, I might have a review next time for The Disaster Artist. That's if I decide to go there to go see it. So if not, I'll have a review for Phantom Thread. So one of those two I'll have a review for. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.